Who sent me a video that deeply disturbed me? The thumbnail already says this is not a dog, but it looks like. I mean, it's not a big difference, okay? You see, this eye goes to the left, that goes to the right. It's kind of the same, similar. It says how humans ruined dogs, so we are at fault again. We did this to dogs.
Let's be honest.
Blech.
This is not the product of evolution.
No.
Have you ever wondered how this fierce and
Fuck yes, look at them. Beautiful. Tall. Strong. Majestic. Truly peak of the animal kingdom.
intelligent and agile animal could have turned into this? A kind of toy for humans. And the worst part, what future awaits them in the next 200, 500, or 1,000 years?
To be honest, I don't think they have that much time left. These weird breeds, like I'm a 100% dog person, but man, there's dogs and dogs, right?
It's time to dive deeper into this topic.
The dog inspector.
This is a question that has been on my mind for many years. Why do certain species seem to evolve negatively? Or
No, they looked so nice. Look at that beautiful head shape. What the fuck happened? And the legs way longer. What the? No, oh my god.
rather, why has humanity influenced some species so
Can we
negatively?
Can you reverse that? Can you just reverse evolution them? Is that possible? Can you just go back?
As I've grown up, my love for animals and dogs in particular has led me to ask countless questions that I'll be sharing on this channel. But let's go back to the beginning. It all started in the Ice Age, although researchers don't agree on the exact moment or place. What is clear is that all modern dogs descend from a common ancestor, the gray wolf or Canis lupus, which has inhabited our planet for approximately 1 million years. An animal that earned its place in the evolutionary ladder after millions of years of changes and adaptations. Regarded as a great hunter, it developed a sharp sense of smell, excellent hearing over distances of more than 10
Look
kilometers.
at the good boys. Ooh.
Binocular vision with a 250-degree angle and a system of communication through howls, mainly used to attract the attention of its pack. Not to mention its advanced teeth equipped to hold prey, tear, and cut meat. In short, a well-developed species, highly advanced in evolutionary terms, that we are lucky enough to still enjoy
Doggies!
today. But certain individuals in remote areas went one step further. They timidly approached the fires lit by primitive humans for warmth, and it was there where everything changed. Their patience sometimes paid off, and they were rewarded with leftovers from that night's meal. Little by little, they became a faithful companion to humans until they became inseparable. That marked the beginning of a close relationship that would extend until today.
If the formed normal-looking deformation doggos breed later, it can be given to the... Oh, you mean the already deformed dog? If a baseline deformation has a deformation that looks more normal, quote unquote normal, then you would have to give over that deformation, the positive deformation, to the next deformed dog. Man, that's fucked up.
But like everything touched by man, there would be consequences, and wolves were no exception.
Oh no.
That relationship eventually led to the domestication of the wolf, bringing with it a new species, the Canis familiaris, or the common dog as we know it today, which appeared around 15,000 years ago.
What is the common dog?
Humans began selecting the tamest
What is the standard
individuals,
dog?
resulting in animals with lower adrenaline and melanin, which caused physical alterations like coat color, giving rise to the first breeds.
Ooh.
Later,
Oh,
and through a
wait, we did that. That's not natural. They don't just exist differently. But it was just the wolf. That was it. It was the big ass, badass wolf, and that turned into this. This. You wanna? I would. Here. Yes, exactly. This would be my. I would say like, oh, the standard dog. Probably by now the standard dog is this guy here. Or like this. He still looks like a fucking wolf. He looks like the guy from before. Look at him, majestic, big, strong fur to survive the harsh winters. Big teeth. Goes mountain climbing and shit. Badass dog. Here, he's going to the mountains. He's going to the beach. How did this or this happen? It's like the Eevee evolutions in Pokemon, but you accidentally put on the wrong stone. It became that.
What primitive artificial selection, they were selecting specific traits that give rise to different breeds
That
of
one looks good.
dogs. This, combined with humans' continental migrations, left us with an incredible variety of dog breeds across all continents.
But how did they change?
The so-called domestication syndrome. Different
Shut
traits,
up,
different
shut up, 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 shut up. You're Greek? I'm from Poland. Or like, I'm Polish. We have no idea about that topic. Don't lump us in with it. No. We don't talk about that.
Sizes, bodies,
Shut up.
ears, and up to this point, everything seemed fine. But I've always found it super intriguing
Wir sind
how
fein
it's
raus,
possible
Mann.
that such a wide variety of breeds
What the
was
fuck is
created.
this? Not bad. But that as well. But this? What is that? You know what this thing looks like? You know that hipster dude with a man bun? Working at Starbucks? That's him. That's how these guys look.
Variety of breeds was created. In fact, it's much more pronounced than with humans. And this is where I want to get to.
American Shepherd is way better. Probably the greatest in the world. Our Shepherd can beat the German Shepherd.
Fuck off. Stop it!
The pug even
We'll have to
remotely
disable
resembled a
Trump.
golden retriever.
I mean, the TTS, I do not make a threat on the upcoming or like current president of the United States. I want to have that very clear. It was related to the TTS monster language or voice, not the real deal.
I know in terms of affection or as a pet, it doesn't matter much. But biologically, it's hard for me to understand how they share more than 90% of their genome. To me, it's like comparing an alien to a human. I'm serious. I don't think it's a coincidence that they chose it as one of the protagonists in Men in Black.
Just because something's important doesn't mean it's not very, very small.
How small?
How is
He's
it
shaking
possible
them
that
in
an
another scene. He's
effort-
like, tell me where they are. I love that scene.
To create a perfect breed, we ended up designing a fragile, comedic animal that suffers just by existing.
Come on.
It's this
Move this
paradox
blue
that made
check
me
mark.
create this video
What the
and delve
fuck
much
was
deeper
that?
into the topic because I truly believe it's important that we all understand this. We already know all dogs come from wolves, right? Okay. But is
Yeah.
it normal that
That's-
there are dogs completely
That's not a wolf. No, that's not a wolf. That is the fuck is this, man?
deformed standing next to their closest relative, the wolf? Absolutely not. Just by looking at the difference in skulls between wolves and pugs.
What the fuck? What is that? What is this hat? Looks like a fucking bicycle helmet. What is that? Even the Chihuahua has a less. I mean, that's also a pretty fucked up head, but. Bull Terrier. Ugh, I don't like that it's so weird formed.
We can already get an idea of the radical changes their biology has undergone.
Ugh.
In fact, the internet is full of memes making this comparison because, although it might seem funny, it's really a reflection of how poorly we're evolving as a species.
We?
And I want to
Don't
focus
lump
on
me
the
in
pug,
with that
not only
thing.
because it's one of the oldest breeds, but because I believe it's one of the most mistreated and the best example of what I want to convey.
I don't know what is worse, the small variation or this thing. Looks a little bit like Nosferatu.
Want to convey.
Deddonekku's a dog.
Honestly, when I see one,
I may have dog behavior, but I'm not a dog. You know, I'm a dog, but not a dog.
feel the same way I do when I see a small dog. I like to pet it, and I even find it cute, but at the same time, I must admit, it makes me suffer. Later on, you'll understand what I mean. Let's go back to the era of domestication. Apparently, in the Asian region, specifically in China, there are
China. I know everybody in China. We love China. Guys, stop! You infect me with that Trump fucking mental brain damage. Stop it.
Indicate that in the time of Confucius, around 700 BC, there were
China.
short-snouted dogs.
Shut up!
In fact, they were considered imperial property, just like pearls and jade. Emperor Ling liked them so much that he gave them titles, and female dogs were given the same status as his wives.
What the fuck? Okay, wait. What does that mean? So, do the dogs have a very high standing, or do the wives have a standing of a dog? What does he mean by that? Base. No, I'm joking. That is horrible. For the dogs, of course.
This obsession with specific traits in dogs led to breeding with the sole purpose of creating and perfecting breeds. But it also caused cranial deformation, giving rise to the three types of skulls found in dogs today: dolichocephalic, mesocephalic, and brachycephalic. Like the pug or bulldog,
like from Monster Hunter?
Undoubtedly the most affected.
Dude, what the fuck?
But we've heard this story before.
We have this as well.
In Europe, royal family.
Who did breed these guys? Holy shit. Everything went wrong here.
In Europe, royal families like the Habsburgs only married their cousins to keep the power in the family.
Oh my god. Oh my god. No. Oh my kid. Why? Fuck.
And because of that, they turned out horrible.
Dude,
since they had no other genes
I shall
to
curse
mix
all
with
of humanity with the use of a flu, and its origin shall be from China.
Shut up, man. Who would breed these guys? I mean, it stayed in the family. It's not like they had any, they couldn't select anyone else. It's like, you will have to marry your cousin.
Genetic defects became more and more pronounced until Carlos II of Spain was born. One of the
My god. That is horrific. At this point, only your cousin would marry you.
Most radical victims of inbreeding and repeated crosses between close relatives. This man was born with a mouth so twisted he couldn't even swallow. Had rickets, was lame, suffered from epilepsy, and barely lived to 35. Well, exactly the same thing happened to purebred dogs.
No! Look, he looked somewhat normal and tall, and now it's not.
Especially the oldest ones, like the pug or bulldog. Each generation has more defects and less health. All of this was accentuated after the British invasion of China in 1860.
China.
Pugs were found in the Chinese imperial palace and brought back to England. Queen Victoria became fond of the breed and played an active role in their breeding, which led to even more deformation. In barely 200 years, they went from having short snouts and relatively athletic bodies to having squashed faces and being stocky and deformed.
Got beat up.
So, yes, we can say that this obsession with perfecting breeds and traits comes from the Victorian era. Where this practice spread and became the lucrative business of purebred dog breeders that we all know today.
This is an
And
informational
while
video,
nowadays
okay?
there's a lot more caution, and we try not to mix such close relatives. The problems of excessive artificial selection are still there. In
Whoa!
fact, all bracket
Oh! You know, looking at these weird things, haha, funny. But hearing how, dude, they sound
problems
like
of
Nosferatu.
excessive artificial selection are still there.
How can you listen to this and be like, yeah, I want this as my dog. I want to keep making more of these things. Can barely breathe.
In fact, all brachycephalic dogs
What the fuck happened here? What kind of breakdance is his nose making? The fuck? Look, superior dog. Whoop. Massive inhale power. This is... The fuck, man?
like pugs, English and French bulldogs or boxers
Shut the fuck up, man.
are much more prone to serious diseases. Remember Carlos II? Well, the same thing happens to them. Their skull is so flat they can barely breathe, which is why they spend much of their time snorting and coughing.
No.
But those are just a few of their problems. The list is endless. On average, pugs have 54 times more likelihood of developing brachycephalic obstructive airway syndrome,
No.
51 times more likelihood of having narrow nostrils, 13 times more likelihood of suffering from corneal ulcers, 11 times more likelihood of having skin fold dermatitis, 2.5 times more likelihood of becoming obese,
No.
and 2 times more likelihood of having overgrown nails.
Okay, but
As you can
Does
see, it's
sound
an
bad.
animal born to
Horrible.
suffer. And
Yeah.
honestly, I don't think even 10% of people who buy a dog like this know they can have all these problems. And while it's clear that all purebred
Yo,
dogs, no matter
Dalmatina.
which, are more prone to disease than a mutt, with malformations like hip
Dalmatina.
dysplasia, elbow luxation, or a shorter life expectancy.
no,
These issues are
Benozen.
always associated with purebred dogs, but without a doubt, brachycephalic dogs are the ones who suffer the most. Honestly, as a dog lover, I don't think there's anything better than
Typical
walking
mod.
with your dog, being able to play with them, run, and enjoy their healthy life. But people who choose these kinds of breeds, what are they really looking for?
They
Do
just want a
something
toy.
funny, a doll? These dogs can barely walk because they suffocate and can hardly see. Think about it. We've gone from having a companion we hunted with to degrading them into a toy we admire, dress up, carry in a purse, a backpack, or even sometimes in a baby stroller. But yes, in today's society, we think pets are just that. Where did the wolf's incredible
Nah.
attributes go? That
My dog is a defense line of the house. She is guarding. That's her job. She's doing it. She pretty much self-proclaimed it. She's always, even when I leave the house and stuff, she will sit and wait and watch through the window, barking at everything. She has a job. She's doing it spectacular. Even now, where she can barely see and barely hear, she will still bark at the people in the street. Because that's her job and her duty.
vision, sense of smell, snout, agility, intelligence. Or, without being too strict, where are the natural abilities of a normal dog compared to a dog designed through genetic manipulation like the pug? The wolf was the evolutionary product of millions of years, adaptive changes that formed an exemplary animal, and we, in just a few thousand years, are destroying all that evolution. And let me be clear, I have nothing against pugs because they are not to blame. It's the owners who I believe aren't
That's
aware
weird.
that
It's
they're
their fault.
encouraging animals
They
to
had it coming. They should have known better for breeding like that.
suffer throughout their short lives. And this is where I want to make you think. I believe we need to reconsider how we treat animals because at this rate, what does the future hold for them? I'll leave
These
you with
things
that
will
thought.
not exist
Thanks
in
for
200 years
watching, and
anymore.
I'll see you in the next video.
At some point, they will just fail to live. They just won't be able to. Exactly, man. I feel that. I feel that. Nah, it's horrible. I hate that.